Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are playing Roblox Studio. We're in Roblox Studio again. So the next thing I want to do here, for the next thing I want to add to the game, is I would like vehicles to be able to come over here. I want to do like a concrete sort of thing. So what I'm going to do, I want to have an area here where we can load the dump truck. And so kind of like a mine shaft sort of station, and maybe another station here, and then this is going to be like a cement area. So we're going to have a cement truck in the game, and we're going to have a dump truck and a couple other things. So let's see here. Copy this. This truck here, I'm going to be converting over to the cement truck. Oops, where is it? Really? Stuck way up there, are you? So weird that it, there we go. Yeah, so I have this twin steer here. And I think if I take the trailer and I turn it into, I'll get rid of the crane on it. And I'm going to turn this into like a cement bin. All right, so the idea is that we want to be able to go somewhere, and then we want to be able to get the cement. So the other thing that we are going to need on top of all this, I guess I forgot that. I just have to grab it now. Oh, we can get it from here. It'll be quicker. We need the loader with the bucket instead of the forks. So, where are we here? The loader. There we go. Alright, I'll close this one for now. So what I want to do is I want to build kind of like a mine shaft sort of thing. And then I want to build like, I'm just using this as a reference for height. And then what I want to do is I want to build kind of like a batch plant for concrete. And I will just have an area where the truck can come in and it can get loaded. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to drive around, and then around the map there'll be foundations. It'll just going to be a mission, right? So you drive over to the foundation and we'll be able to pour concrete into the foundation and make it appear. I think that would be cool. I was gonna make like a pump truck as well, but that might be, maybe there's a whole game with that. That might be in the design. So yeah, so this is what we have so far. So I'm gonna need to rename that from loader. See if I can drive this thing now too. Unlock. I just have to change the prompts around. Yeah, so this one hasn't been edited yet. The arm goes up and down, but you can't. So I'll just change those. So we have the mouse button down, mouse button up sort of deal like we did with the last one. And then basically we'll be able to load. Come in here and we'll load the trucks, right? Which is what I want to do. Right, that was basically it. So then you come in, take a scoop, right, bucket up. But I want to be able to twist that a little bit more, so I'll work on that as well. That's part of what I'll need to work on is just the rotation in there. Let's see. So just kind of as I'm doing this, I'm just sort of thinking about what's going on here. Model constraint details. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, see, this one's set to servo. If I set it to motor, then I can just change the put the lower angle to 0. I think it was minus 120. And then we could make the upper angle 120. That's quite a bit of movement. Should be enough. Angular velocity, we won't touch that. And then motor torque, I want to max that out. All right, edit this real quick here. Now, I believe miscellaneous. I'm just trying to find out where the there it is. Oh. No, it's not. What's going on? Is it the body? No, there's no body. All right. Where is the? There it is. Oh, it's on that side. Okay. So not that one. Holy moly. The controller. Yeah, there we go. And then now we need up, and we up stop, and down stop, right? Control. And we need to say mouse button 1 up. No, mouse button 1 down. Mouse button 1 up. And that's up stop and then down. Mouse button 1 down. And mouse button 1 up. Perfect. And that's all we need to do there. Now for here, we can just double this. Now we can just change the angular velocity 0.5, and we'll change this one to angular velocity equals 0, and this one here angular velocity equals 0.5, and this one here will be angular velocity equals 0. All right, the ripper up and the ripper down is for the grader. I don't know if I'll add the grader. I don't know where it would fit in this game. We'll see. Future updates, right? Future updates. And I'm gonna have to change that. All this around too. All right. So then if we go, oops, oh, did I do the wrong one? That should be right. Let me see. Let me see. Should it? Oh, this is dot bucket, not dot body. Whoops. So if we do the body, it's going to be this one here. So I need to change that to motor. And then we can change that to 90. And then angular velocity will be 0. That will work, but now I need to add the... Oh, we have the bucket controller. Okay, so... Jeepers, I wonder which one's which. Is it Ripper up and Ripper down? Is that the one that I used? Yeah, that's the one that I used. So Ripper up. And then we just need to change this to have the stop, right? Ripper up stop. And then Ripper down. And Ripper down stop. Alright, so dot angular velocity equals 0.5. This one here, angular velocity equals 0. This will be angular velocity equals negative 0.5. And angular velocity equals 0. Now we should be able to lift up the arm. Okay, so I have to go on the other side here. Apparently. It's there. It's just where the prompts are. So if we go arm up is down and down is up, okay. Oh, I didn't add the stop to the bucket. Let's see, Ripper up stop, Ripper down stop, and then in this one here. See, once you build that UI, it's really easy to add code. And you just add to it and add to it and add to it and add to it, and that's it, right? And then eventually you have something very complicated with a lot of this and that to it. And that's it. We don't want that one there. We'll get rid of that. And that. These empty weights. All right. So this is the activate over here. I don't know why I keep going from that side, but I just put it down here is what we'll do. And then this one, and I don't know what that one is. Just put them down here also. All right. So when down was up and up was down, I guess I could quickly reverse that also. That negative, and that one is positive. And that one is negative, and that one is positive. All right. Like I say, you can do the same thing. If you build a crane, you can do the same thing where you move the angular velocity. But anytime you start to pick up something heavy, you're going to want to make sure that the crane is anchored. Otherwise, even if you have maximum torque on it, it just does really weird stuff. You'll fly away or whatever. So just something to watch out for. Where is this? Huh. going on? What is going on? There we go. Now if we get in this thing and we say arm up. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I didn't do the ripper up stop, ripper down stop. It's there in the controller. Oh, probably because bucket up, and is that bucket controller? Let's figure this out. Arm up. Okay, so if I go to players, player GUI, this one here. Yeah, ripper up. Oh. Oh wait, I don't think I completed the commands then. Obviously, it's mouse button click. Yeah. Mouse button 1 down. Mouse button 1 up. Mouse button 1 down. Mouse button 1 up. Just like that. Alright. So now what happens is, come over here, let's say we'll get some crush. Right? You can go bucket up. After you get your crush. Come over. Arm up, way up. Bucket down, and then what I'll do when we'll press bucket down is we'll have like something in there, some kind of effect. So if we say bucket down, it could just dump. I don't know. Haven't thought that part out yet. All right. If we hop out of here, and then the dump truck. Turn on the strobes. All right, and then this one here, you just dump it. I thought that was pretty cool. I have another one of these that's converted into a plow. Yeah, and then now the only way to refill it is it needs to be touched with an object. So basically what we could probably do is use the bucket. Once the bucket touches this, it'll just kind of do like a refill thing. So I'll have to work on that also. So that's kind of that. That's sort of the setup for that. So now what I wanted to do is I wanted to get started on this. Let's see, get started on this. I'm thinking, I want it to be maybe like this color. Let's see, and we'll anchor it. Let's see here. Duplicate this. Excuse me, I do apologize. I'm on the tail end of this cold. My daughter was sick. She was sick for a good little while. Cough, everything, you know. Not too bad. All right, so we can do that. Well, you know what? You know what I'd like to do? Let's see. So this could be kind of like a building. This could be kind of like a building, and we'll duplicate that. Let's say this is like the shaft, quote unquote. Okay. So this is going to be our mine shaft in here. Now we don't necessarily have to, we don't need access to it, like it can just be whatever, right? Oh, my music's gonna shut off here in a second. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking something like that. And then from there, this guy here would probably just duplicate. And I'm going to turn it black. And then this is kind of like where the ore or the stuff comes out. Right? It could come out this way. And then, let's see, we can just duplicate that. We can rotate it this way. And this here could be like a representation of the gravel, like whatever that's going to be. And then let's duplicate that. We'll turn that back to there. And let's scale this out just a little bit. Okay, and then we'll duplicate that to there. And we'll scale that. Like so, and then we will duplicate that to there, rotate it, and scale it as well. All right, now we kind of got like an entrance thing happening here. Kind of like it, right? Just like a whatever, you know. And then what I'll do is I'll have like a dirt pile in front of it, something like that, right? So now we need the rest of it. We need the rest of it. So this here is going to be anchored, and I think we're going to make this. Yeah, we can make it that color. Okay, so that one there and that one there. Part of this group. Yeah, there we go. That's this whole model. Okay, perfect. Except for this. All right, so now this part here. Okay, so what I want this to look like. I think it would be cool if this kind of came up like this. Let's see. Like that, except I think it's at 15 degrees. Cool. I'm gonna take this, we're gonna scale that. Scale that down a little bit. Scale that one down a little bit here. Yeah, let's restart this. All right. Right, and then so we'll take these two. I'm gonna move them. We're gonna duplicate that. We're gonna move them here. And then what I want to do is I want a cylinder. There. Very cool. And then we can anchor that. That also has to be part of the model. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to duplicate that and scale it. You know, maybe something like that. Just a couple of big wheels. And that, and that. Say, can collide, false. We're not going to anchor them. These wheels are going to spin. But what I'd like to do is let's take one of these wheels. And let's see if we can... Let's get a block here. Rotate that. Not quite 45. Orientation here, maybe 35. So that's 25. Ah, there we go. All right. Okay, and then maybe just scaling this like this and just maybe like let's just make that look good. Duplicate. Rotate. That. What is this? Really? That's 0 for this thing? This is not working out. Holy moly. All right, so that is 0. Scale that to there. We're going to duplicate that. Somehow it doesn't really... Yeah, we'll just do that for now. All right. Maybe I should change the color of these so they just stand out. I don't know. Perfect. So if we do something like this on there, duplicate that. All right, we'll duplicate this. It's going to spin, right? So we'll be able to see this while it's spinning. And let's see, we'll take this, we'll duplicate that, and we're going to rotate that. this way. Yeah, so this will spin there. And what we could do is, oh, this is going to be really neat. This is going to be really, really neat. Really, 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 really neat. Okay, so let's take this. Can we union that? Oh, we can. Nice. Take this here. Take that. And then that can go. I just want to see if this is going to work first off. Yeah, that's going to be really cool. Scale that down. Scale that down, something like that. Let's see. Because it'll be. Yeah, that'll work just absolutely just perfect. This one's gonna spin, and it'll spin that one. It'll just make this one spin. Oh, that'd be cool. And then we can have like on the back side here, we can have like dust. Yeah, that'd be really neat. Like just a particulate coming out of the back side here. Excuse me, sorry. And maybe what I'll do is eventually, like, well, we'll see. We'll see how this is gonna work. I'll get a generator or something on there. So if we take this, we do that with it. Okay, and we make this union can collide false, and then what we're going to do is we're going to create a hinge constraint between here and here. No. What we're going to do is we're going to insert an object. When you insert an attachment, it is inserted into the center of the object. And that way, you don't have to worry about this thing wanting to wobble, right? If we're off center, this is going to wobble, wobble, wobble. So if you just insert that, then also you just need to do is go, okay, create constraint from there, and then just, there you go, and it'll walk, right? And so it's saying that this one here needs to be rotated. Like that. There we go. And then we can take this position, this world C frame position. Boom, just like that. Get rid of that. So this one here can be its own, let's see, we'll make it a motor. And we will say angular velocity 1. All right, let's see how that looks. It should just spin slowly. Oh, so cool. So cool. Okay, now I don't understand what happened to the... Oh, I moved that. Whoops. All right, so now I can grab that constraint. Add attachment, position. All right, now it's gonna need that, so it spins. Cool. I might slow that down just a little bit. So now what we need to do is we need another shaft down here. Let's go into the model. No, I'm just kind of estimating center, like something like that for this one. It could be a little wobbly. I think it would be really neat if it's a little wobbly. And this wheel here, I'm just gonna move to there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we'll scale this through to there. Now this can collide false. Okay. Now what we need to do is the same thing. In here, we need to insert an attachment. Insert object. Attachment. And we are going to make a hinge constraint from here to there. And it is saying I need to rotate this. That way, you see the little copper knob? This one has a copper knob also. Just so long as those are in the same direction, you're absolutely fine. And this is going to be where the center of our rotation. So we want to take that like that. And now it should rotate. And then if we turn this also into a motor, whew. Sorry about that. I'm just actually the top one's going 1. This one's gonna have to go 1 too. And if we do that, it should be spinning also. It is not spinning. Oh, because it's anchored. Whoopsies. Oh, whoopsies. Indeed. Is this part? Is this part here anchored? Ah, no. All right, so that should be spinning. It's not. I wonder why that is. Oh, angular velocity. Whoops. It needs velocity. It needs to have an input for velocity. Cool. So now it's spinning. It's spinning that way. So I mean, if I wanted to make like gears, you see how it's spinning that way, and that one is spinning that way. So we want to reverse that, so that way they spin the same way. And then what we want to do is, so angular velocity is going to be -1. Okay, and then we are going to take a part here, and we're going to put that part in here, and let's put this here. So let's see, as that goes around, I wonder if I can tie these two together. Probably not. I think they probably have to be the same size, right? Oops. What happened there? Why did the big wheel move? Why you move, big wheel? Huh? Yeah, so you see how they're not quite in alignment? So if you don't have them in alignment, when you play the game, it will pull the parts together. So it's best just to try to make them. I mean, there's a tolerance, right? Like that's pretty good there. There's a bit of tolerance, you know, but it'll pull those together just fine without having too much of an effect on it. Yeah, so now I'm wondering if I might be able to tie them together. If they're moving at the same, if this one is going this way and this one is going that way, I wonder if it's possible to you know? Now this obviously can collide falls. So this might have to be on a bit of an angle. And then what happens? How does it slide? How does it slide, right? So it should pivot here, and it should be fixed down there. And then it can move that wheel. Let's see, I think that's right. If we do that, and then I rotate it by like 5 degrees maybe. Uh, 95, 105, that might be the ticket. No, 100, perhaps. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to come this way. But you see, it's a bit tall, right? Because the wheels are 2 different sizes, obviously. I just don't think that's going to work. It comes up and around. Let's try it out, shall we? So I can just create a weld to there. And I can actually create a weld even to there. No, I can't. I can't do that. I can't actually do either. Both are going to need to be hinge constraints. Yeah, that's the only way to do this. Okay. So in there, let's go insert object, attachments. So we're gonna have to do a little bit some fancy stuff here. I think this is gonna have to be 2 shafts instead of 1. And let's make a hinge to there. That's that attachment there, all right. Okay, and now we turn that into, we can just leave it at none actually, and then it should spin. Yeah, we just leave it at none. Okay, and then we'll try down here. Attachment. Yeah, it's just something different. Let's do something different here. And we'll attach that to there. There we go. Let's see what happens with that. Oh yeah, see? I thought maybe if one goes in the one direction and the other one goes in the other direction, that might maybe. Yeah, no, see the problem there is the shaft is too big. Shaft is too big, it's gonna have to compress. So it's gonna have to compress quite a bit. So this needs to be on a slider as it comes around. This hinge needs to be on a slider, and that slider needs to be so it can either slide this way, perhaps. So what would that be? I guess we would need a prismatic constraint. A prismatic. Now, this I'm not sure about. So if we rotate this, oh boy. Zero, zero, and zero. So we need that constraint to be with this one here. No. We want it. Yeah. Let's just see that for now. All right, so that is going to allow this to move this way. This prismatic constraint, and then if we say actuator type upper limit, if we said 10, and then it could move that way, and if we made our lower limit like not 5, that might be a bit much, maybe 2. Let's see how that looks. Oh, there it goes. Okay, but something happened to this one there. No, this one probably has to go back to -1. Probably back to -1. No, I honestly don't think that's gonna work. Honestly, don't think that's gonna work. No, see it's ripping itself apart. Yeah, it's not gonna allow it to slide in that manner. All right, so I have to figure out a different way. I think I was on the right path in the first one without the prismatic. I think the hinges are probably the way to go. I've never done this before. I don't know. If we do that to there. Oh, come on. I hate that so much sometimes. It won't just align to that one, right? You gotta like make it a separate one. Okay, so we can do that. And that's gonna be this hinge constraint here, and then so this will come over. So now, basically what we need to do is this should be 2 separate parts, I guess. Unfortunately, yeah, it has to be 2 separate parts. So let's see what we can do. If we take this shaft and we move it over here, and then let's just get rid of this for now. All right, so that's That's active. That is not active. And then we have that attachment we'll get rid of. That attachment. I just don't want to be confusing myself for nothing. Get rid of that attachment. Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, now this shaft here, okay, if we just duplicate it and then we scale this, we'll have to scale it bigger. And then we'll just do this here like this. Just like that. And now we are going to take, not that, we're going to take this part here. We're going to move it down. We're going to move it right out of the way. Duplicate that, we'll make a negative, and we'll just do that. And then we're going to take that one, and we will union them together. There we go. And now we have a hollow shaft. And now we can take this guy here, and we can put him inside, because it should just fit inside, and we can actually scale that just a slightly, slightly less. There we go. There we go. Now what we can do is we can take the union, we can make that smaller. Ha ha ha. And then we'll take this and we'll group that, and let's move that into place. There we go. And then we'll take that coupling, and that coupling can go there. Now as it comes up and over, so then what we need to do is we just need to scale this coupling to be, like that big. All right, and now what we can do is we can take this here and we can scale that. All right, and then we're going to go insert object, attachment. Attachment. All right, let's get that over here. And let's make it a hinge constraint to there. All right, perfect. Now, copy that. I don't think we need to do anything. They'll work as hinges anyway. So that's fixed there. And then now what we need to do is we need to say, can't collide as false. We need to make it collidable. Can't be anchored. And then same with this union. We need to make it collidable. All right, and now what I can do is I can insert another attachment here. Attachment. Yeah, it takes a little bit. I just thought, I wanted to make something that just kind of moves around a little bit. I thought this would be cool. No code. This is kind of no code, just building something neat that we can do. We'll copy that, take that. All right, now let's see what happens. What has happened? Oh, that shaft has to be can collide false. This one here, because it has to be able to pass through that. I know it's not really ideal, but if we did that, that should hopefully be enough to keep it together. No, it still fell up. Why? Do I need to make it taller? Okay, we need to make it taller, and also, because they both pivot, it's sliding back through. So I need to make... It's so weird. I need to make... yeah, this will have to come up to at least there. At least there. And then if I duplicate it... Let's see. There we go. I guess they have mass too. If I made them massless, that might work also. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is here, I'm just going to weld this to that. There we go. And that should stop, that should prevent that from falling out. That should be all I need to do. Nope. It didn't want to stay together. You notice that? It just wants to glitch through the union, which is collidable. So maybe the union's not thick enough. Yeah, that I guess that could be. I don't know. What if I made this massless? Yeah, it's just falling through. Okay, so the next thing I can do to prevent it, to keep it in there, because it's going to come up and around. That sucks. This has to be thicker. Darn. Okay, so let's redo that. Let's redo that, shall we? Let's duplicate this. Let's get rid of the weld. Let's take that. Let's duplicate that. Scale that to there. That's probably good. We just got to make, it needs to be thick. It needs to be thick. You know. Could be something that might be too thick. Yeah, we could. It still needs to fit in between there. We could try that. We could try this. Perfect. Okay, now this one here we're going to make into negative, and then this one here. Scale it to there, and there, and then let's union that together, and then we can move that straight back down. That to there, and we will make it slightly bigger. All right, perfect. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll get a hinge constraint from there to there. Yeah, now if I put a prismatic between here and here, it'll move up and down. But the problem with the prismatic is it'll lock these two into position. And I don't know if it'll allow it to move around the wheel. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Just trying to get a good camera view of the number. There we go. Look at that. Nice. So then what we'll do is we'll just scale this so it's a little bit bigger. So we just have more contact. And of course, this doesn't have to be so tall. But I won't worry about that right now. I'll worry about that later. Because every time I move it, it moves the constraints. So what I'll do is I'll just, on my own time, I will, I'll dial it in here. Awesome. So that's moving now. So we got that part moving, which I think is cool. So that's just going to kind of move on its own, right? So then in here, what I want to do is I want to insert a particle. Let's see. Yeah, particle emitter. And it's going to go bottom. Kind of like that. And it can be like a gray. All right, and then let's see if we can. We'll turn the lifetime down. Ugh. Yeah, there we go. And this, what I'll do with this is I'll, let's see, we'll take this here. That will duplicate that. Let's make this a little bit. And then I want to make this one like gray, maybe. Yeah, that's cool. And then just kind of looks like a grill. Duplicate that. Yeah, let's see where we're at on our runtime. We're probably at an hour. Oh, we're at an hour. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. We will continue on. We're gonna need to build some lights and maybe a little bit more of a station here. And that way that you can just come over with the machine, you know, like whatever, right? I'll probably add some more particles on this side. Kind of like we'll take the dust that I have from there, the particles that I have from there, because I think it's an actual, it's whatever it is. I think it's in the door here. But I feel like I'm losing my voice here a little bit. So. There we go. Now it's more kind of like a smoke. Yeah, that's kind of neat. That's neat, right? So when we press play, I'm really happy with this. Change the colors around a little bit, so that's going. You know, it just adds to the elements in the game, right? Now we got this cool thing. I don't know how well it's going to run on the server, but I'll put it on there. It's kind of like the mine shaft, right? You come over here and it does all this cool stuff. So yeah, that's going to do it for this part 1 of the mine shaft. Thank you so much for watching. I also wanted to say we've hit 75,000 views, which is absolutely incredible. I want to thank you all for that. Your support on the channel and the views on the channel have been absolutely awesome. I appreciate it. I enjoy making these videos, and I will continue to do so. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.